to get things rocking and rolling. It's awesome to see y'all this week. It's me, Jimmy the K. You see me each and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time here on the All About Sports Zone, the Jimmy the K Sports Show with the Big Do. The Big Do will be popping in here momentarily, and we'll be looking forward to talking to him. We got all kinds of good topics from college football to Baker Mayfield winning the Heisman Trophy. Can he be a first-round pick? Also, we've got some good quick hitters for you this week, from entertainment news to the top 5 radio stations in the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. So stay tuned for those. What else do we have? Oh, something breaking, literally coming out within the last hour. The Cleveland County DA has decided not to press charges against a top running back for the Oklahoma Sooners. We'll discuss a little bit about that. Just knowing a little bit of, or just hearing about this here recently. So we'll just kind of rock and roll from there and be ready to rock and roll from there. It's awesome. Hope you are having a good week this week. I'm having an all right week. Today's been a little crazy. A little crazy would be beyond saying crazy, as my lovely wife had to go travel to Oklahoma for a little bit of work, and on the way back ran into some vehicle problems. Whoopee! And so she should be home within the next hour. Woohoo! So if you hear something beeping or an alarm going off, and you see my hand just kind of disappear towards underneath the desk or around the desk, there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. So hopefully here momentarily we'll be ready to rock and roll with the Big Do, and rock and roll from there and just have this show going and blowing. Oh, man. Any sports questions from y'all, feel free to shoot them here. We're live on Facebook, All About Sports Zone page. You can go to facebook.com, look up All About Sports Zone, like us there. You can go to YouTube, All About Sports Zone page as well. You can go to our website at www.allaboutsportszone or www.screamerproduction.wix.com/allaboutsportszone. And like us there, and ask your questions through there, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Anything to make everyone happy would be spectacular, and we're just ready to rock and roll. Once the Big Dude gets on, we'll discuss a few of those topics and have a good time from there. Definitely want to get to college football. You know, we discussed last week how, college football is, the playoff system needs work. College football's playoff system needs work because, Big Do, are you there? How you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Excellent, excellent. It's been a crazy day, but it's been all right, I guess.
Yeah. What you been doing today?
Oh, I took off of work a little bit early because Jessica had to travel for work, so I had to pick up Nolan. So I went to a school party, took the day to, yeah, of course I already had 34 hours, 32 or 34 hours by the time I took off. So it's not gonna hurt them for me missing a couple hours. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
and then we partied it up at his school with a Christmas party, and just rocked and rolled from there. Matter of fact, if you look in the picture right now, you see Nolan hanging out right now. So he's
I had to pull that up.
he is he's missing his 2 front teeth. We've
Oh.
we've had a couple of fights and I've knocked them both out. No, I'm kidding.
Only one.
Oh man, we got a few things to talk about tonight. So,
Yeah.
pro-
Because I'm probably gonna get up about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes tonight, and I gotta work in the hospital tonight. So
cool.
yeah.
Well, then we'll definitely get with it, and I think we can get this done in 30 or 45 minutes because I talk very fast sometimes,
Yeah.
and tonight may be one of those nights. Um, have you heard the breaking news? Literally, this has come out within the last hour.
About what?
Rodney Anderson.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got that. I was gonna talk about that too. I have that information in my notes.
Yeah. This is literally breaking news fresh off the press within the last 30 minutes to an hour. Rodney Anderson, the Cleveland County DA has decided not to file rape charges against Rodney Anderson, which, I discussed this last week in the show. I didn't know all the evidence, and I understand that sometimes, people have the best of them get to them. But from everything that I had heard through interviews, it just sounded like he didn't do it. And then on top of that, somebody who had never had a Twitter account in his life did a Twitter account just so he could defend himself. So to me, that made me, the light bulb went out, and it kind of was like, okay, he didn't do it. So
Yeah, and when I was on 3D Sports and DK and we talked about it. I said, I didn't want to make any assumptions about what may or may not have happened until somebody comes out with some actual factual stuff. And I read what the DA said. So I'm going to read for everybody, if they can hear me really good. I'm going to read what I came away with, and it says a woman accused Ronnie Anderson of sexual assault. But what really happened though is that she called her friends while he was there at her apartment. Apparently they had both went out drinking that night, and he's well in the age of I think he's over 18. I think he's over 21 or whatever. So but they went out drinking. He went back to her place. She called her friends from the bathroom and said that Rodney Anderson's in my living room. And then she threw up. She brushed her teeth, and she wanted to go back out and kiss him some more. And this came from her friends, not from me. This came from her friends, because they were like, she called us while she was in the bathroom talking about Rodney. And what happened is basically Rodney didn't want to take it any further than what was possibly going to happen tonight or what did happen that night. He didn't want to take it any further than that. She wanted more of a relationship with him, and Rodney was just like, we just go chop this up and it is what it is tonight. We've both been drinking, and bam. So, and the thing about it is and that situation, Jimmy, it could have turned so bad, so volatile, so quick because of the accusation of one female. And I want to go into you look at what happened with Ezekiel Elliott.
right.
Because see what I'm saying? Because of the young lady with Ezekiel Elliott said, you know what? I'm white, you're black. Who are they gonna believe, you or me?
Right.
That's number one. That's some nonsense right there. Then the thing about it, and then the NFL with two police departments did an investigation investigation under the Zeke Elliott situation, they found nothing. But because of the accusation that this young lady made, they felt like, well, we have to do something. No, it's like, okay, so like, it's, it's a prosecutor for Cleveland County, Oklahoma. He found nothing, and then luckily there were witnesses that came up for, hey, Rodney didn't do anything. The young lady wanted a relationship. Rodney didn't. And in the Ezekiel Elliott case, yes, him and this young lady had a relationship. I guess it ended however it ended. And maybe she wanted to, what's the word I'm looking for? Extortion.
Right.
From him. She wanted to extort him because, either you're going to pay me such and such amount of money, or I'm going to go to the NFL, or I'm going to go into the press and make accusations. And she did. And look what it got in 6 games from being suspended. And he will forever be known as an abuser. And he said, I didn't. And then sometime in the Ezekiel Elliott case, there were bruises and stuff that didn't come from Ezekiel Elliott. They came from somewhere else.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like and it's like when you're in a relationship, especially, and I hope that these young men realize that when you're an athlete, whether it's high school, whether it's college or pro or whatever, there's always a hater out there. There's always a gold digger out there. And there's always some woman that wants something to you that may or may not be. I don't know what this woman's mental status is. I'm not going to keep that. When you make accusations like that, you got to understand that's going to affect not just that woman's life, it's going to affect that man's life because it's not true.
Right.
And now, luckily, because of the prosecutor and luckily because of witnesses that came forward and said, hey, you know what? This is what happened. She was in the bathroom talking to us on the phone, talking about she was happy that Rodney Anderson was in her living room and that she was going to hold on a minute.
Extort him?
Extort him, yeah.
Right.
And not even extort him in a way of my screen's acting up on my tablet. Because I'm on Facebook Live right now. Shoot. Darn it. I'll be darn. I'll forget that back. But so and luckily they were able to find those witnesses that were able to come out and say, hey, this is not what happened. The lady was, the lady wanted more from Rodney than Rodney wanted to give.
Right.
And, yeah, but I'm glad they found out, like you said, for a young man in today's age that never had a Twitter account,
yeah.
if he got a Twitter account to specifically say,
right.
I didn't do this. And I'm glad they were able to get it squared away. And now that he can move on with his life. And he'll have to take, as a young man going forward, being a student athlete, and eventually someday being a pro athlete.
Right.
He will have to think about who match with, win, wear, all those things. Because the thing of it is, if it had not been for those witnesses, Jimmy,
Yep.
she could have flipped that. She could have flipped that any way she wanted.
Exactly.
Anyway.
We would have had the whole Ezekiel Elliott thing all over again.
We would have had it. You're right. So, and we would have been her one against his, his against hers.
Yep.
And so, hopefully her number is. And those OU fans out there, most definitely, they're probably like, oh, thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus.
Exactly. I know. You know, and also, you know, it was once this first came out, and I don't know if this is still true or not. It sounded like Lincoln Riley was not going to let him play during the bowl game, during the playoff game.
Would you take that risk though? If I wouldn't take that risk if I was a coach, because if you let him play, then it comes back that these things did happen. Not only do you have to deal with that, but you have to deal with you have to deal with the implications of NCAA violations and all that kind of stuff,
Right. Definitely. So, well, sticking to the OU theme, let's talk about the quarterback there for Oklahoma, Mr. Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. I have to say that. I say that with my chest puffed out because, hey, you know, I am an OU fan. But the question that I posed to you earlier today, and you know, I really don't see this happening, although, you know, it's possible it could happen. Do you see Baker Mayfield going to the NFL draft and being a first-round pick?
I say first round, but I don't say too high.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't say too high because of right now, you look at right now, he's got about in the backfield, he's got about 7 seconds in the backfield right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the NFL, that's going to be cut in half.
Exactly.
That's most definitely going to be cut in half. I don't see him. I see him going. I see. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I see. I see him going first round. I just don't see him going high. I see not in the first 5 though.
So you don't see him going, let's say, to the New York Giants, who are already kind of towards the bottom right now, or to the Cleveland Browns, where quarterbacks go to die.
Did you say this for a quarterback who would die as a giant?
Yes, not die, but you look okay. Look at all the quarterbacks that have went to the Cleveland Browns. We can go through this. It doesn't matter.
I thought you said New York Giants.
No. I didn't. No, I said, does he go to the New York Giants, who are already kind of there in the draft, kind of in the top 15, top 10? Or does he go to the Cleveland Browns, where quarterbacks go to die?
Man, I would. If I was Baker Mayfield, and they had me going to the to the Cleveland Browns,
I'd retire.
I would go. Oh no! I would go play in Canada for a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go. If I was shaking bait, I would go play in Canada for a year. I would not. And so Jimmy's asking me, what do I think about if Baker Mayfield, if he ended up going to Cleveland? And I said, if I was Baker Mayfield, I would go to Canada and play football for a year and then come back. I would not go to the Cleveland Browns. No way. Because it's something about the Cleveland Browns, like they're cursed. They got their guy. They got the guy from Texas A&M, and was the defensive guy. They got him. To me, he's been a bust because you never heard anything about him. I knew when he had issues with his foot and his boots. I'm like, this guy's not gonna be. You're gonna be invested in having a defensive player who showed you at Texas A&M that he couldn't play the whole season.
Right.
Was it Miles Garrett? Was his name?
Johnny Manziel.
No, not Johnny. I'm talking about a defensive guy. I'm talking about the guy that Texas A&M picked up. Johnny. Johnny. But I know what you're saying about Johnny. But as far as the Cleveland Browns as a whole,
right.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that team. I don't know what. Number one, I don't know what it is about the team. Number two, you can't keep. You got Deshaun Kaiser. You're gonna start him. You're not gonna start him. You're gonna take him out of the game, and then you're gonna put him back in the game, and then you're gonna do all this other stuff. And then the defensive guy that you got from Texas A&M, we haven't heard anything about him at all. Miles Garrett, whatever they got from Texas A&M.
Right.
I haven't heard anything about him. And like I said, when he was at Texas A&M, he had that high ankle sprain that constantly bothered him all the time while he was at Texas A&M.
Right.
And then, as a but Johnny Manziel, I mean, like I said, I see Baker going in the first round. When I say in the top 5, I say top 10. Because there's so many. You got the guys, you got USC, you got the guys at UCLA. You got, and I know people are going to be like, what are you saying? But you got Mason Rudolph. Regardless of what Mason Rudolph's, regardless of what he's done at OSU, he's 6'4".
Right.
And that's going to make a difference. It's just going to make a difference. Because the rarity of a Russell Wilson or a Drew Brees type player, they don't come along that often. And you look at how Baker likes to run around in the backfield when things go wrong. Well, in the NFL, when things go wrong, they hit you pretty hard.
Right.
And so he hasn't been hit a lot. So you got all these things that come into play with Baker Mayfield and what's going to happen and what he's going to be able to do and the things that he's able to do will be cut in half compared to what he's able to do now. Like right now, like I said, in the pocket, for him to run around, he's got like 7 seconds to run around and be free.
Right.
In the NFL, these guys are quick. They're fast. Even guys that are 290 are able to run people down. And so we'll have to wait and see what happens with Baker. I wish him all the best. Most definitely coming from the Big 12, but and it's like you worry about him, being able to to bring his college game to the NFL, and who's in big time need of a quarterback right now, that can bring the electricity to the NFL like Baker can. I mean, he's got everything. Baker can run, he can throw, and he hasn't been hit a lot because they don't. In the Big 12, you know what I'm saying? They don't.
Right.
There's not a lot of big. So the test will be, will Baker be able to handle, and we're going to jump into the playoffs. If Georgia brings everything, will Baker be able? How will they slow Baker down?
Exactly.
I'm not worried about OU's defense. OU's defense is going to be OU's defense. If the receivers are tall for OU, for Georgia, which they are tall receivers, that's going to be a problem for
the secondary.
For their secondary.
Yeah.
And like I said, I watched some tape of visual stuff of OU and against their receivers, and the only team that they were not able that was TCU, because TCU's receivers are tall.
Right.
But against Iowa State, even against my Kansas Jayhawks, they struggled. That secondary was not able to contain them. KU's receivers they were dropping balls when they shouldn't have.
Right.
But all the other teams that they have had problems with in their secondary, like I said, the offense, OU's offense, they're going to be beasts against Georgia. But the thing is, how are they going to slow Baker down, and what are they going to bring? Yeah.
Right. You brought up that in the NFL the time's going to be reduced. Well, we already somewhat know that, because the teams that need quarterbacks right now, the three teams that I know that need quarterbacks: the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, and then there's one other team that I'm thinking of out there that needs a quarterback, probably the Cleveland Browns. But go to Canada, Baker. Go to Canada. But
what would you do? Would you take the risk of going to the Cleveland Browns, being in quarterback purgatory, or would you say, you know what, get an agent, and maybe go play in Canada for a year, get some, I won't say semi-pro experience because it's their pro league, get some experience, come back and somebody's going to pick him up. They'd be stupid not to. But would you, as a college player, if the Cleveland Browns are the team that you're going to go with, would you want to go to the Cleveland Browns out of college?
If it was me, hands down, no. But you got to think about this from Baker Mayfield's standpoint too. In a way, you can see, I see him as being arrogant sometimes a little cocky. So, can he go up there to Cleveland and be the LeBron James of the Cleveland Browns? You know what I mean? Not saying that LeBron's cocky. But sometimes he is. But hey, some of the best players are cocky. You can't dog them. It's their persona.
Yeah, but sometimes then you have to, in order to, if Baker wasn't cocky, if he wasn't who he is, Baker wouldn't have won the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, true that.
Your boys just scored a touchdown. The Denver Broncos are trailing the Indianapolis Colts 10-0 in the second quarter. But if Baker Mayfield was not cocky, if he was not who he is, the Heisman Trophy would have went to some other guy.
Right.
And sometimes we always a lot of us don't approve of his on the field stuff.
Right.
But you know, I I don't grope myself. I don't. That's not something I would do.
No, neither do I.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's not something I would do. But Baker's also got to understand that, you know, the camera's always on you. You're Baker Mayfield. Number one, you play for what we call a blue blood university when it comes to football.
Right.
You play for OU. You don't play. It's not like you're playing for uh, um, William and Mary or something like that. You're playing for OU, and the camera is always on you. I don't care whether you're the second string guy. The camera is always going up and down the sideline when OU is playing. Just to see what kind of reaction that's coming from the OU players. And so, you know, but well, you have to wait and see. Like I said, when the draft comes, and because he don't have any options, he can't. It's like he can't go back and say, you know, I'm going to go back my junior year. He's a senior. I mean, you know, and would I love him to go to the Giants? If he goes to the Giants, that means that Eli is possibly out, and Eli may go to your home, your favorite team, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I know. That's the rumor that's been going around. I'm like, you know, his brother. To me, and this is nothing against Eli Manning, but to me, I thought his brother Peyton was a lot better as a quarterback than what Eli is. You know, when Peyton would get rattled, he'd get rattled and he'd shake it off. Now it seems like Eli gets rattled and he throws 14 interceptions.
Yeah. So Jimmy's guys that are watching me on Facebook Live, he said he thinks that Peyton Manning is a better quarterback than Eli, which I would say so. But you know what? It goes from watching Eli when he was at Mississippi State. Eli was just never that. He was never that rah-rah guy. He was never that in your face.
Right.
It was just like he just wasn't. He was like, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna do my job. I'll punch the clock, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And that was it. Where with Peyton, it was like, okay, I'm gonna go to work, and if you get in my face, I'm gonna bust you up. You know.
Exactly.
I'm gonna use with Peyton, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna use my brain to outwit you. With Eli, you really don't see that. But with Peyton, you see, it's like, you see what he's thinking. You see he's got the blitz coming. He's got the, you know, he sees all that. It's like, but with Eli, it's like, you know, it is what it is. And
right.
Yeah. So, but for him to go to Denver, you know, hey, more power to you. If we got Baker and if Baker went to the Giants,
you would rub it in, wouldn't you? You would rub it in, wouldn't you, if Baker went to the Giants?
If Baker went to the Giants?
Yeah, you'd rub it in. You'd buy me a New York Giants jersey with a Baker Mayfield on the back.
And you know what? And I'm going to fuck you on my bet. I just had to find an OU t-shirt that is like a 4 or 5X, and I will wear the OU t-shirt. You know, I make good on my bet. So if you had one, I would have been able to find you a KU t-shirt, no problem, because of your size. But me, I need to find a 4 or 5X, and I will wear it for a day. So for you guys who are watching now, Jimmy and I made a bet that when OU played KU, whatever the outcome of the score was, I would have to wear a OU jersey if Jimmy won. Well, vice versa, Jimmy would have had to wear something KU down in Texas, which, you know, so I lost the bet, of course, because KU got demolished. T-shirt, and I will wear it on the air, Facebook Live. I will wear it everywhere. That way, I think it's just if I wear it, the shirt it'll be gone. So.
Cool. Hey, this talking Baker Mayfield to the New York Giants had me thinking of another bet.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I'm not a betting person. But hey, how about this? I'll up the ante a little bit. And if Baker Mayfield is drafted by your New York Giants, I will go out. I will purchase Baker Mayfield jerseys for both you and I, and we will do the show live one Thursday night in our Baker Mayfield jerseys. New York Giants, even though I'm in Texas and I'll be shot for wearing it.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy. If you do that, I will drive to Texas.
It's a done deal.
Okay, so let me tell you what was going on Facebook Live. Jimmy just said, if Baker gets drafted by the New York Giants, which everybody knows my favorite pro team, if they get drafted, Jimmy will buy us T-shirts, and we will do, if they have Baker Mayfield on, we will do a show from Texas. I will drive to Texas and do a show in Texas with Jimmy, and we will do them in New York Giants T-shirts. So, because Jimmy, if you don't know Jimmy is a diehard Denver Broncos fan.
That's right.
Diehard Denver Broncos fan. I mean, like, I'm not talking about a bandwagon fan. I'm talking about diehard, way back Broncos fan.
We're talking John Elway days, man.
We're talking John Elway before the Super Bowls.
Yeah, exactly.
So, before the two back-to-back Super Bowls. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the draft. So if Baker gets drafted, I'll take some time off. I'll drive to Texas. I'll leave on a Tuesday night. Matter of fact, I ain't come hang out with the family. I'll leave on a Tuesday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll do our show on Thursday night. It'll be like old times.
That's right, my man.
Yeah. It'll be like old times. So, but yeah, and like I said, I'm happy for Baker. I knew he was going to win, but I didn't see anybody. I'm going to give you his points for winning the Heisman Trophy. Baker Mayfield had 2,350 points. Bryce Love had 1,300. Lamar Jackson had 793. You want me to go ahead and give a top 10, Jimmy?
Sure.
Okay. For you guys who are watching, we're gonna give the top 10 of guys that were possibly able to get the Heisman Trophy. But we're gonna give you the top 10. Number 1 is Baker Mayfield, 2,350 points. Bryce Love, 1,300 points. Excuse me. Lamar Jackson, 793. Saquon Barkley, Penn State, 304. Rashid Penny, San Diego State, 175. Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin, 58. Madison Rudolph, Oklahoma State, 56. Mackenzie Milton, University of Central Florida, 54. Kerryon Johnson, Auburn, 45. And Raekwon Smith of Georgia at 36. So he's hands down won. I mean, it was other than Bryce Love, Baker Mayfield hands down won the Heisman Trophy. And then percentage-wise, I saw something that Baker Mayfield of all time Heisman Trophy, Baker Mayfield was like number 3 percentage-wise of who. Points-wise. I think the guy from Ohio State, J.T. Barrett,
Uh-huh.
It was like I think like number one or number two, something like that. So
Right.
yeah, it was all. I mean, like I said, and then um, Oklahoma State, not Oklahoma State, but OU is tied with. Um, I see Baker Mayfield was the sixth Heisman winner uh, from OU. Um, Billy Vessels, Steve Owens, Billy Sims, Jason White, Sam Bradford, and OU is tied with USC for the second most Heisman for Heisman.
Right.
Notre Dame, Ohio State, each have seven, and Johnny Walker, of course, Johnny Rogers, of course, is the only Heisman Trophy guy to go back to back. Have won the Heisman Trophy twice, which is that one. I don't see that ever happening again. So that's just you have to be. I mean, you have to have an awesome, almost mythical type college football season when it comes to yards,
Right.
passing percentage, and all those types of things for that to happen again. So yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Baker threw for 4,340 yards this year. So I mean, he won it hands down. It's like now, like you were saying at the beginning of the show, game, is Baker going to be able to bring everything into perspective?
Right.
That he's won the Heisman and get down to business and handle Georgia here in about 3 weeks or so.
Right.
Like
Yep. It's on. I believe it's on New Year's Day, isn't it?
It is New Year's Day. I gotta work. I gotta work at the hospital that day. So yeah, it is New Year's Day. Uh, and I'll be coming back to Kansas City that day. But he's gonna bring everything into perspective, get his head back to where he needs to be, and say, okay, this is what we need to do against Georgia. Because if he doesn't, I see Alabama and OU in the national championship.
Right.
I don't see Clemson. This is not the Clemson of the Deshaun Watson era. I'm sorry. I like knocking him away. I've seen him play, but Alabama's on a mission now.
Right.
Clemson's on a mission. Jalen Hurts, and this time off gives that secondary of Alabama time to rest and heal and everything, So yeah. So we'll see what happens though. What about your Thunder?
What about the Thunder? I know they won. I believe it was last night against the Pacers.
Yeah, they won against the Pacers.
Eh, I've tried keeping up with basketball, but with so much other sports news going on, especially college football, it's almost like college football takes everything.
Yeah. See, for me, yeah.
But I know the Thunder are in the top 8 if I'm not mistaken. I know the poor Mavericks. They started the season 4-23 or something like that, and then they went on a winning streak of like 10 in a row, I think. But yeah, the Mavericks are so bad that you can buy the cheap seats are about anywhere from $7 to $10 now. So same day on top of that.
So we could go to a Dallas Mavericks game or something.
Definitely, yeah. Cheap seats would be nosebleed, but hey, you never know when you see Mark Cuban there sitting on the court.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder have you seen them play at all this year, Jimmy?
I think I've seen one game, and that was bits and pieces of it. I mean, it was coming in and out from. I think it was college football on one station and then the Thunder on the other. So I was kind of going back and forth.
Hmm. I watched last night's game, and to me, um, for me, like I said, when we did our show, what was their one weakness that always hurt Oklahoma City, Jimmy?
Rebounding and their defense.
And their bench, they have no bench. They have no.
Yeah, no bench. Yeah,
They have no bench. They bring all these new guys, but it's like nobody's like stepping up, and it just I don't. It's like I had people the day that they got Melo. They're like, oh, they got Melo, they got Melo. I'm like, I understand they got Melo. That's fine and dandy. And people want to say, oh, they need more time. How much more time do you need? I mean, really, how much more time do you need?
right.
I mean, I picked them to win 60 games this year. I don't know if it's going to happen. Um, and you would think, I mean, you look at Houston. I mean, those two guys are playing great together. And let's talk about Chris Paul and the Beard playing in Houston.
Yeah,
They're playing good together.
Harden.
But it's like sometimes you have to know your role, and
Right.
or maybe say, you know what? And Carmelo, like I watched last night, it seemed like he's never been a defensive guy anyway, but it seemed like he's like one step behind and the offensive guy, or he's not putting himself in the right position to make the best defensive move. And him instead of saying, you know what, I'm not who I used to be. We're all not who we used to be. You know, I can't, because of my accident, I used to be able to squat 450. I could deadlift 550. I can't do that anymore. It's just because your things happen in life. You get older, your body changes. You have to accept it. So he's not who he used to be. So instead of him saying, you know what, hey, let me come off the bench and play with the second group of guys. But he's not, he's like, but there's people are well, with the amount of money he makes, he's not going to do that.
Right.
And you know what? The trade deadline is coming in like late December, I think, is coming. And then you know what, Melo? If we're not gonna be on the same page, if we're not gonna be on the same page, because the reality is, it's Russell's team. You're not gonna be like you were in Denver or New York or whatever. So it's Russell's team. So you're gonna have to accept your role. So maybe I need to come out with bench to help with the second stringer guys, to be that lightning rod, to be that beard, that sixth man. But he's never been like that. Even when he was at Syracuse, he was never like that.
Right.
So it's like, and so now Sam Presti's gonna have to make some decisions like, is this really gonna work? Because to me, it's not looking like it's gonna work. Now, Paul George and Westbrook, I can see that. I can see that. But these other pieces, these other guys, are gonna have to get on board too. I mean, Steven Adams is. I don't like the fact that you have a 6'4" guy out rebounding a 7-foot guy.
Right.
Nah, that's not cool. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. So now what can I would just get rid of I let him trading whatever I really wouldn't waste my time. Because if he's not gonna help the team, then he's not gonna do any good, and Russ is gonna be Russ.
Right.
You know, he's gonna. It's like you took all the energy. Like when they played, it was like you took all the energy when they played the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you guys play like that every night?
Right.
Yeah, you know, excuse me. Like, why can't you play like that every night? But they don't. So, um, and teams have somewhat gotten a little bit better after Carmelo has left the teams. And, you know, I had him win a 60 games. At first, before they got Paul George and Carmelo, I had him win about 55 games. So I was maybe going like 55 or 15, something like that. So then when they brought in these two other guys, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me bump it up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, 60 and 10. But I mean, you putting a lot on Carmelo's shoulders, and for him to I don't know if he's gonna. That's a lot of pressure on his body, on his mental mind, which I think he can handle. But to have to play like he played last year every game, which you want your star player to have to do that. I mean, you look at LeBron, he can turn it off, he can turn it on. He tries it, and he gets other players involved.
Right.
And
Right.
that's not hard. That's not Westbrook. Westbrook be like, you get your rebound, and I'll do what I can. I'll pass you the ball, you know. Yeah, I don't know. They have so many weaknesses that have gotten exposed, especially when you get beat by the Dallas Mavericks. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Okay.
The lowly Dallas.
And you got beat by some other teams, you know,
right,
that are not up to your caliber. So, yeah, I don't see, you know, I don't know what will happen as the season goes on. Excuse me. We'll have to wait and see. You know, and I told DK, I'm like, man, we need to have when we're doing our show on crossover radio. I would like to maybe something like we can have DK's dad, because his dad is a big Thunder fan and watch all the games. I watch as many as I can from my work or whatever, but his dad, and try to get a person that's, you know, not an announcer or somebody, but somebody that watched all their games,
right,
and see what his perspective is,
right,
on what he sees. But I'm not able to watch every game. I think my dad watched him probably because my dad's a big Thunder fan, and stuff. But this is no way. What do you think? What do you see as a true fan? Do you think you should get rid of Melo? Should you not get rid of Melo? Or stuff like that, you know? So, yeah.
right.
I don't know. We'll have to, you know, see. I was happy my Bulls beat the Boston Celtics, okay? That was, I was,
Woohoo!
hey, yes.
Jumping for joy.
I was jumping for joy, buddy. Shoot.
Okay.
So, yeah. But, yeah. What else are we going to tackle this evening? Let me see. What's this? Heisman, we got to that. And, sorry, Jimmy, I get a little long-winded sometimes. I do remember.
Oh, no worries. Major League Baseball. That was the.
I'm going to let you tackle. I've been listening, but I haven't really, it's true. We're just the opposite. Baseball, for me, I listen to it, I see all the different stuff. Some things happen that I was like, that happened? Really?
Right. you did hear that the New York Yankees now have both the reigning AL and NL batting champions, don't you? Or MVPs.
Yes.
They've got they went out and traded for Giancarlo Stanton from the Miami Marlins, which a lot of people think that Derek Jeter is secretly working with the New York Yankees. I don't. Yeah, he could be. I doubt it though.
Yeah.
And you put him on the same team with Aaron Judge, and you look at the roster up and down for the New York Yankees. They've got firepower left and right. The question for them is pitching. You know, the Yankees were good last year. They lost CC Sabathia for the time being. He's out there as a free agent. No one signed him yet. But, you know, you've lost Sabathia. You've lost Michael Pineda. So you've kind of got to go out there as a New York Yankee. Are you going to go young? Are you going to go for Yu Darvish? Yu Darvish's name has been brought up. Of course, Yu Darvish's name has been brought up in the Texas Rangers organization again anyway. But the thing is, the Yankees have the money. The Rangers have a certain amount that they want to spend, and Yu Darvish is over that threshold, even though they have a mutual agreement that they like each other. And hey, Yu Darvish still has a home here in Dallas in the offseason. So the other big thing is the Detroit Tigers apparently on a fire sale. I mean, they're in a full rebuild mode. So they traded Ian Kinsler to the Anaheim Angels. So he'll be back in the AL West with the Texas Rangers yet again. Also, the biggest news out of all of this, Shohei Ohtani signed a deal with the Anaheim Angels, but reports got leaked. His medical records got leaked. Major League Baseball is looking into that, trying to figure out who leaked it. But apparently he's got a small torn ligament in his UCL, which is in your elbow somewhere. It's not a major ligament, but it's something of concern. But the Angels don't seem concerned about it. You know, if he's stout, then, he can pitch, he can hit. You put him on there with Ian Kinsler. You put him there with Michael Trout, and the Anaheim Angels got that much more difficult to beat, along with the Houston Astros. Yu Darvish's name has been brought up with the Houston Astros also, although I don't see him in the Houston Astros uniform. That's just me. Also, it sounds like that the Baltimore Orioles are listening to offers for third baseman Manny Machado. It's possible they'll make a deal. It's possible that this is during the time of winter meetings. The winter meetings were Monday through today, so things get cranking. General managers get talking. Media hears it. Team executive writers hear it. They go to team pages, and ESPN hears it. Fox Sports hears it. Their experts hear it, and it comes out. So some of this may be true. Some of it just may be hearing. They walking through the hall and heard, that the Orioles were listening to offers. But supposedly, allegedly, as we like to say in radio, because, you can't assume anything. Allegedly, the Orioles are listening to offers for Manny Machado. The Cardinals acquired Marcell Ozuna from the Florida Marlins as well. It looks like the Florida Marlins are trying to shed payroll, which is exactly what Derek Jeter said that they were trying to do when he bought the team. So, we'll see if this Miami Marlins new ownership, led by Derek Jeter, can do anything. Finally, the last thing for the show, two quick hitters. One, top 5 radio stations in the Oklahoma City metro.
I didn't even. Oh shoot.
Check this out. I've got them right here in front of me.
Okay, okay.
Fall. These are your fall Nielsen report ratings. At 8.0, CHR, which is a contemporary hit radio. KJYO comes in at number 1. It's an iHeart radio. It's iHeart owned. You've got Tyler Media in the next 3 spots with KMGL at 5.2, which is adult contemporary. You've got KOMA at 4.9, which is classic hits. It's also Tyler Media. You got KJKE FM, which is country Tyler Media in the 4th spot. And coming in at number 5 in Oklahoma City metro area, you've got KTST, which is country out of iHeart at 4.6 in the Nielsen. These were updated on December 6th of 2017. So these are quite recent. These are the top 5 radio stations in your Oklahoma City metroplex as of November 6th. How do you like that?
Man, Tyler Media, boy.
I'll tell you something. You know, us radio nerds like looking at these things. Tyler Media in Oklahoma City is the number 15 market. Dallas Fort Worth, I believe, is the number 5 market. I believe it's the number 5 market. New York City is the number 1 market. No, number 1 or number 3. Los Angeles is top 5.
Hey, what's Kansas City, you know?
Kansas City? I do not know, but I bet you I can find out.
I was wondering what they were.
I can find out just like this if this iPad would work.
Yeah, but you know what, Tyler Media, man, they have so many, and then they have their stations down in Tulsa, then they have their stations here, then they have Telemundo, and they have TV, they have radio, they're just, yeah, Tyler Media is big time, and now with Cumulus being, bankruptcy or whatever, yeah,
Kansas City, Missouri is ranked 34th. It is a better market than Oklahoma City. You know, I got a cheat sheet in front of me. It has their top 10 radio station markets. And I'll go through the top 10 and then I'll go through 40 through 50. Number 1 is New York, New York. Everyone knows that. New York, the population is 16,278,300. This is according to Nielsen, of course. Los Angeles ranks number 2 in a radio market. Chicago, number 3. Number 4, San Francisco. Number 5, Dallas Fort Worth. Coming in at number 6, Houston, Galveston. Number 7, Washington, D.C. Number 8, Atlanta, Georgia. Number 9, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boston, Massachusetts comes in at 10. And we'll skip all the way down to, and I'll start at 34 at your Kansas City because everyone loves Kansas City. 34 is Kansas City. Missouri. Austin, Texas follows Kansas, Missouri. San Jose, California. Columbus, Indianapolis. Hudson Valley. Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Waukee, Racine, Wisconsin. Middlesex, Somerset, Union. Providence, Rhode Island. Nashville, Tennessee, ranked at number 44. Norfolk, Virginia Beach. Newport News, Virginia ranks in number 45. 46, Greensboro, Winston, Salem, High Point, North Carolina. New Orleans, 47th. 48th, West Palm Beach, Florida. 49th, Jacksonville, Florida. And coming in at number 50, Oklahoma City.
Wow.
And I could have went through the whole top 50, but that would have been some of these names of these cities are. I mean, you look at Denver, Colorado. Denver and Boulder is ranked 18th.
Really?
St. Louis, Missouri, ranked 22nd. You know, San Bernardino, California, ranked number 25th. So, you know, Miami, Florida is ranked number 11th. So.
And Oklahoma City's like 50th.
50th, yes.
Wow, that's not good at all.
Yep.
That is not good at all. And that's why, you know, it's so hard to, as far as finding jobs and stuff like that. That's why, that's, you know, man.
I tell you, I tell you, my friend, I keep doing this every Thursday night. We did it every Tuesday night, hoping for the best. And of course, I moved and Crossover Radio contacted you. But hey, of course, like I said, I'm very proud of that. But definitely do this show every Thursday night. And you know, in the there's a local Fort Worth station that I got in contact with when I first moved here and was like, hey, you know, my friend and I do this. Take a look at it. Let me know. He's like, I'll get back with you. And of course, I didn't hear anything. It's typical radio, especially when you're GM. You know, you got 10,000 things going on. But you know, you've got to find the right people. You've got to talk to the right people. You've got to work with the right people. Right now, I've got my foot in the door. But is it where I want to be? It's a job, yes. Is it where I want to be? No. I hope they don't see this because I could be gone tomorrow if they see this. No, it's not what I want to do.
But you know what? You just keep working and it'll happen now, you know?
Definitely. That's why we keep doing the show. That's why we appreciate y'all listening. Just like Brian Williams, who's been popping in here and there, and he does make a good point. Brian Williams basically said he thinks that radio is a dying industry anyway. And to be honest with you, it is. It's going more along the lines of syndication and voice tracked, and it's, you know, unless and internet.
Radio.
Exactly.
Crossover, I mean, yeah, you know. I mean, you know, crossover, I think right now, we got about, last time we had our staff meeting, said between 25 and 30,000 listeners, and that's not just in the U.S., you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, there's your two quick hitters there. I gave you a few radio station markets. So if you're ever looking, you know, and you want to know what market is Dallas Fort Worth, hey, just watch the show, right? Also, we gave you the top 5 radio stations in the Oklahoma City Metroplex. This is definitely something that I started, I believe, 3 weeks ago. It was something I call quick hitters. We put it at the end of the show. It's basically our kicker. What do you remember what a kicker is, my good friend Duran from American Broadcasting School?
Shoot. Oh my goodness, Billy. Something to end the show with or something like that?
Yes, it's a feel-good story put at the end of the newscast or at a show. So there you have it. Our quick hitters are your kickers of the Jimmy the K Sports Show with the Big Do. That's all I've got. So
I'm gonna give mine real quick.
Okay.
The NASA and Google have found new planets. Kepler 90I is the eighth planet around the stars.
I saw
which
that.
keeps the which was voted in under the last president
President
was
Obama.
Obama,
Yep.
which um, keeps the airways open for the internet, but it also makes it to where um, uh, internet services and stuff like that can't monopolize and raise the speeds and stuff like that of the internet. So
Right.
yeah. So you guys want to check into that. Taking the NASA is working with Google on finding new planets and the net neutrality votes.
Very cool. So those are your quick hitters or your kickers at the end of the show. I am Jimmy the K. He's the big dude. We're on each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You can check us out on Facebook. You can like my page, All About Sports Zone, at Facebook. You can email me, allaboutsportszone@gmail.com. You can like my personal page or Duran's personal page. We'll always answer questions. You can like us. You can send questions through our website, www.screamerproduction.wix.com/allaboutsportszone. At some point, I'm going to shorten that because it's too much to say and I run out of breath. Until next Thursday night, I am Jimmy the K. He's the big dude. You can listen to him crossover radio and go, Duran.
I will be on Crossover Radio on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday night will be at Papa Angelo's Pizza in Guthrie, Oklahoma. So if you happen to be in Guthrie, Oklahoma, or be in Oklahoma, you want to taste Papa Angelo's Pizza, Crossover Radio will be on the air with myself and DK. We'll be there from 6 to 8 on Tuesdays, and sometimes we'll be somewhere else. But Crossover Radio, you can download our Crossover Radio app at if you have Google or if you have Android or iTunes or whatever, you can find it Google. Find Crossover Radio. Also, if you want to go to our Facebook page, you can also go to our Facebook page at Crossover Radio and like us on there and listen to us on there as well. Like Jimmy said, and also if you can like me on my personal page, Ed Durandu, or Twitter and Instagram are also under the Big Do Show. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, if you want to find me on there. But like I said, on Tuesday nights, if you guys want to hear me on Tuesday nights, when I'm not on here with Jimmy on Jimmy the K Sports Show with the Big Do, you can listen to me on Tuesdays with DK and myself on Crossover Radio on Tuesday nights from 6 to 8. So I've enjoyed the show tonight. Hope everybody has a good evening. And we will be back next week right here, Crossover Radio. Sorry, Jimmy. At All About Sports Zone, and with myself and Jimmy the K. So, catch you guys next week. I'm out of here, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good evening. Be safe.
Alrighty, I'm Jimmy the K. Until next week, 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm out of here. Peace. See ya.
Peace. All right, Jimmy K.
See ya.